Holiday versus Bradfield and David Wall.
Cheers.
Hello.
There he is
Got my
in the First
cold
Warning
coffee.
Weather Center, hanging out, having yet another cup of coffee on this Tuesday morning. Still trying to shake off the weekend, I suppose, for some of us. And I think we're trying to shake off the fog that we started off this morning with in some spots. David, it looks like we're doing that.
Yeah, the fog wasn't horrible by any means, but still, fog is fog. It's always a pain to drive through. I hate fog and I hate ice. I'll admit it. As a meteorologist, there are two weather things that I hate, and it's fog and ice. Just because nothing good can ever really happen or come out of them, I should say. But
Like
we got a little,
rain,
got a little bit of that reduced visibility this morning. One thing you'll probably notice during the afternoon is that, or even later this morning and then into the afternoon, is that we'll have some areas of fog still hanging out over the lake. So that will be kind of one interesting feature that you'll notice even as the sunshine is really taking over land. Out over water, a little bit of fog, but over land, things are nice and sunny for today. Get a chance to kind of dry out from yesterday, but still not seeing a whole lot of rain in the forecast. So we'll go through maybe another dry patch of weather here, which for this time of year, I mean, it's still pretty rare.
Yeah. I know that those fires, the wildfires that we were covering over in Warren County, at least as of last night and through the overnight hours, were still burning to some degree, although under control and no danger to anybody. But it's just an indicator of how dry I think that overall we've been so far this year.
And those firefighters, I'm sure it was very welcomed rain to them.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean, any little bit of rain, it may not be able to take care of the whole situation, but it can certainly help things out. And any help from Mother Nature is obviously welcome. Thankfully, we don't often deal with the fire situations that they see out west during the real dry season, which is in the fall. But we can get our fair share of those fires when we go through that real dry stuff. And if you go outside, I mean, on the real dry days, I mean, you can just feel the moisture being sucked out of your skin. Like it just feels like you're walking out into like a desert climate. That's how low the humidity has been.
I just put lotion on.
Yeah, I know. It's like your hands start getting cracked, and then you feel like it's the dead of winter with air this dry, but thankfully it's not. And it's allergy season too, so dry air combined with pollen is not going to do a good thing for my allergies. That's for sure.
Well, we're talking this morning a couple of fronts, a couple of big stories that we were following on Erie News Now Sunrise from 5 to 7. One, we're live at those Summit Township dormitories, waiting on that potential arrival of the more than 100 migrant children at that former Family First Park site up in Summit Township. We're keeping our eyes on that. We're also tracking the widely expanding COVID-19 vaccine eligibility, with Governor Wolf deciding to push up that timeline by a full week, basically, and open up that vaccination possibility to everybody starting this morning. And I know that we here are kind of in the midst of our vaccination process. I don't know how much you guys are willing to talk about it, and whatever you're comfortable with is fine. But I've got one shot. Excuse me, it was this arm actually, but one shot down and one more a couple of weeks away. So I'm kind of in the midst of that dual.
You're in the middle. You're halfway there.
Yeah, exactly.
I think David is in the same boat.
Yeah, I get my final shot next Tuesday. So yeah, I'm right in between. Things have been fine. I got the Pfizer vaccine, and I just had a little pain where they administered the shots, and I was really tired the next day. I like extra tired, like spacey, like I didn't know where I was.
Reaction.
What's that?
It was a common reaction.
Yes.
Fatigue and tired.
Yeah, that seems to be common for whatever shot you get. Thankfully, I mean, for me, I didn't have any real adverse effects. And of course, whenever you get the shot, they have you kind of hang around for like 15 minutes just to make sure that you don't have any sort of allergic reaction. But so far, I'll tell you, the situation for me has been pretty good.
I have to say that very very few times will I say being a little more experienced, a little older might actually be beneficial. But I think in this case it was, because I got that Pfizer vaccine and no sore arm, no side effects. It's only dose one, obviously, but I feel like that's, I think, I don't know, maybe some folks who are a little bit older are, I don't know, for some reason, we don't know the rhyme and the reason behind it, but able to deal with it a little bit better. Knock on wood, because I still got another dose to come.
Yeah. I got the Johnson & Johnson shot on Friday, and I was out for the count on Saturday. I had every symptom in the book. So yeah, I wasn't doing too well, and I still have a nice sized bump here from it. It's the size of like a golf ball. That's actually pretty big, and a bit of a rash.
Is it
But
still sore?
Yeah, to the touch. But ice and ibuprofen are going to be my best friends, so we'll see how it goes.
And the thing is, I hate the hardest thing for me in getting any shot, whatever it is just getting the shot. I hate needles.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's a phobia or whatever, but there are two things that like terrify me, and it's needles and cockroaches. You can give me snakes.
Nothing to do with the weather.
Really?
Yeah, well, you can give me snakes, you can give me tornadoes, hurricanes, you can give me alligators. They do not startle me as much as cockroaches that come just creeping out of nowhere. Yeah, I hate them. I absolutely hate them.
I like them, but I think I'm more scared of snakes maybe than I am.
No, I prefer snakes just because they're big. You can see them. Cockroaches are small and they're creepy crawly. I don't do the
they're so gross looking.
Wow. I can't do millipedes either. What's that?
Okay, so David's biggest fears are needles and cockroaches. Mark, what would you say your biggest fears are?
Heights is a big one for me. So yeah, I don't do well with heights. Yeah.
But no roller coasters for Mark.
No, that's not like Empire State Building and just looking, even though there's a 10-foot fence in front of you, it just makes me feel like I'm going to fall over the edge, even though I know I can't. So.
I don't do well on roller coasters though. I'm not really afraid of them. I'm just afraid of how it's going to affect my stomach, and that's not good for anybody.
Especially the people behind you, maybe, or in front of you.
Yeah. I can't. I've never handled that stuff really well. I think my parents always say, "Yeah, you got it from us." My parents aren't roller coaster people either, so.
But later this week, we're going to take a look at some of the regional roller coaster type of attractions. Of course, Darien Lake up in western New York, Cedar Point over in the Buckeye State of Ohio, and then historic Kennywood down in southwest Pennsylvania. We'll talk about a little later this week, looking into how they are handling the COVID pandemic, moving forward and trying to welcome in folks for some summer fun this year. I think it's something that a lot of us can agree on. We need some summer fun opportunities. So we'll check out how some of those places are handling things moving forward. Sammy Stone jumping on this morning says, where is it?
Yes.
Cried hysterically on the Comet, which is, hey, I was a kid. I rode the Comet, and yes, it was terrifying. And as an adult, I rode the Comet, and I was terrified for structural integrity as a roller coaster.
I'm always like, I went on the Comet like once or twice, and I'm always afraid to put my hands up. Like, that's what you're supposed to do on a roller coaster, throw your hands up. But you don't really want to do that on any of the roller coasters at Waldameer.
Really? I still need to go on a roller coaster at Waldameer.
I'm hoping Sammy Stone did not cry on the Comet like any time recently. I'm hoping that's a childhood story.
No, see, the last time I was on the Comet, Megan has a video of me. I'm just too scared to put my hands up. That's the most terrifying part. I want to put my hands up, but then I pull them down like really quick because it's too much. It's too fast because I'm a wuss.
You have to think about how many people have probably done it with their hands up and they're okay.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've been on the Ravine Flyer too.
People put their hands up on that one, and I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, the Ravine Flyer too. I came off of it, and I had a headache for like 24 hours straight. Not putting down the Ravine Flyer too, but boy, that was rattling my brain for sure. And this is coming from somebody who's just weak on roller coasters in general.
All right, just to clarify, Sammy says no. She was crying 10 years ago, so.
Oh.
It's okay, Sammy. It could have been 2 years ago. I would cry too.
Well, like I said, we'll check out. I don't know what they have up at Darien Lake. Superman. I know they have the roller coaster. They got so many of them. The dragster down at Cedar Point, and I don't know any of Kennywood's big attractions. That's the one I've never been to. I've not been to Kennywood. Guys,
it was in a movie, Kennywood, like the park. What is it, Road Trip, or what movie did I watch recently?
Yeah, I could see that, but yeah. Have not attended Kennywood, but we're hoping to get back to Waldemere and all of those summer fun spots here in 2021. And as I mentioned, coming up later this week, I believe it's going to be Friday, where we get you a preview of what COVID changes could be coming to Cedar Point, Darien Lake, and Kennywood down in Pittsburgh. All right, guys. David, I know you're going on a walk down at Presque Isle a little bit later on today. Tell us about that.
Heading down to, they're kind of scoping out. It's not the true Army Corps of Engineer beach walk, but they're scoping out the beach, how things look. I actually was down there the other day, and obviously erosion is the big issue, but also the litter cleanup as well. So I'm curious because I don't fully know exactly what I'm in for, but when you hear a beach walk, you're like, okay, go on, I'm heading.
I'm in.
Yep, and that's what David's going to be doing. So we'll look for some coverage of that as we move forward here. But for now, say thanks for jumping on Facebook Live, everybody who did and said hello. And David, Marissa, and myself will be back here tomorrow morning and also live on air at 5 a.m. for Erie News Now Sunrise.